Coach, you have a lot of good to choose from tonight. Where do you want to start with? What pleased you the most from what you saw from your team?
Just the mentality. I thought we won that game our way. I thought we imposed our will early. We had a little bit more full court pressure out of the gate, which that was an intentional thing on our end to try to get the juices kind of flowing, which has been an issue. Thought they responded well to that. And then offensively, man, point of emphasis tonight was just playing with the pass more in transition. We were really throwing the ball ahead more than we have all season, which led to a season high in fast break points. We had 22 assists. I thought the ball was moving around pretty well. And I think so what I'm most proud of is just like we did it our way.
You spent a lot of the timeouts talking about putting pressure on the opponent at the rim and attacking from the angle. Like get the ball popping and attack from the angle. That's a common theme. Like why do you feel so strongly about that with this specific team? Yeah,
it's just a blend of like having really good individual talent and still trying to have a blend of that identity of ball movement, body movement. It's just hard to guard. And when you have really good talent and you're doing that style, then it's really, really hard to guard. And so, that's going to be an ongoing, I don't know if I want to say challenge, but an ongoing like theme for us that we've got to, balance AJ's ISOs with. We got to balance some of Richie's off ball screens and Rob's pick and roll with just straight ball movement, and so that's something that why we were preaching that as much as we were.
36 bench points tonight. Why do you think they were able to get going when it has been a little bit of a struggle at times?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, honestly, with Alex. And part of it, a lot of it's my fault. I've been kind of, chip-shotting a little bit from the bench of giving guys smaller minutes. We decided to kind of just give Alex the lion's share of the minutes, and I thought he responded. Now, it's easier to do that when the ball goes in the basket, for me. But that's the nature of it. But, he's a confident guy. He was kind of, stuck behind Dawson, and when Dawson went down, he was a natural guy to fill in those gaps. And, it was good to see the ball go in the basket. And Hadim, we kind of played him some at the 5, some at the 4. I thought his energy was great tonight. Still, he's got to be better decision maker, but it's hard to replicate the intensity that he plays with. And those two guys are really good off the bench tonight.
Yeah, a double-double for Hadim with the 12 and 10. Let's go back to Alex. So you told me earlier that you envisioned him becoming more of a Trevin Knell replacement. You wanted Dawson and Alex to step up and do that. How's that coming along?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a hybrid between those. Now, Trev was a special shooter. You can't do what he did. But Alex has a quick trigger like Trev. He was very confident like Trev. Shout out to Trev. He's got the swag that I love. I hope he sees this. But Alex can put on the deck a little bit, where that's where the Dawson piece comes in. Like that one of the threes off the dribble he hit, that was kind of Dawson-esque. But, he's just a guy that you got to know where he's at. You got to account for him. And then when it opens up driving lanes for AJ, Rob, and Richie too. But his gravity is what we call it. Like he just has a lot of gravity when he's on the court.
There were so many great moments in tonight's game, and I know this might be an impossible question for you because there were so many, but do you have a favorite play or a sequence from tonight?
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff going on out there. I think, one of my favorites was the little hand back AJ had to Richie. He went down and punched it. Maybe that was a favor back from when he threw the lob to AJ. That was kind of an iconic, I think, moment that'll probably live on here in the Marriott Center. That lob he threw to AJ was pretty cool.
How do you not get super excited in those moments? And because I know you got to maintain a certain level of rapport and just like demeanor, but like everyone else is going nuts. How's that for you?
Yeah, I mean, like you almost get jaded in the NBA. One, because of talent, and two, it's like you see that stuff 82 times a year. You almost get used to it in certain ways. Is one part of that answer. The other part is you're just really singular focused on the next play. I am. You're just, okay, now what do we have to do next and that kind of thing. But I'm glad the fans can enjoy it and the guys give them moments to have big cheers for.
In the words of Bill Simmons, if we're picking nits tonight, like where do you feel like your team needs to be better moving forward?
I mean, there's still, in this game, I thought in the first half we gave up probably 6 points off busted post coverage. I think we may have talked about that at halftime. So just details, you just, like with the group that we have, we're getting kind of into the meat of the season. You expect certain things to be executed. But at the same time, we were coming into this game wanting to do certain coverages that maybe haven't been as super high volume for us, and so we can work on some of those nuances. and hopefully over time those become a little bit more, you know, like clockwork for the guys.
A couple of things to close up here. If ever there were a guy who deserved a good night's rest, it's you. And I'm happy to report, ladies and gentlemen, that Coach revealed to me that you got almost a full night of sleep with a new baby at home.
Yeah, and I almost feel guilty even talking about it. It's really my wife. I mean, she's been incredible with the little one. You know, I'm on the road. She's still up all night. But, you know, Lily's been a good baby the last 2 nights. And which really where it affects me the most is now my wife's in a good mood, and life's good when your wife's in a good mood.
No doubt about that. I also need to point out that you, right before we started this interview, you said, I'm a creature of habit. Aren't you on that side? I'm here for it, okay? I'm here for all of those details.
Yeah, man. You know, that's how my brain's wired. So if we ever get sideways, we'll have to make sure we get it fixed.
Coach is here to keep me in line as well. We appreciate the time. Happy holidays to you, and congratulations on the great success tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.